Good morning, my friends. This is Rebecca Santos with Becca's Creation, and I just wanted to hop on here to do a quick tutorial on this beautiful ornament that I made with my stamp class earlier in the weekend. So wanted to hop on here. So bear with me as we walk through step by step on how to create this gorgeous ornament. And let me trying to see yeah, so I got this idea off of Pinterest. I'm not sure who the original creator was, but I did get this from Pinterest, the idea. So so let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to start off with a 6.25 by 10.5 cardstock, and I just want to make sure that I'm in the camera. So I am going to use my handy dandy scoring tool because there's so many pieces, not so many, there's so many score lines. So this tool is perfect for that. All right, so I am in the screen. I went ahead and I know the score lines are on here, but I'm just going to walk through with you. So again, we're going to start off with, this is Real Red, and we are going to, the cut is a 6.25 by 10.5. So starting from the 10.5, you're going to score at 1.25, 2.5, 3 3/4, 5, 6.25, 7.5, 8 3/4, and I ran out of markers, but I do know that I need one at 10. And then we're going to turn it around on the 6.25 side, and we're going to score at 1.25, 1.25, 2.5, 3 3/4, and at 5. Well, whoops, at 5. Okay, so at 5. All right, so we don't need this anymore. I'm going to set that off to the side. Hopefully I don't lose my markers. Okay. So now, if you notice, there is some triangles here, and to get those, what I'm going to do is I need my ruler. I'm just going to show you briefly how to do that. So I have a Victor ruler, and I actually found this on Amazon, and I love it because it has the, your regular inches, and then it breaks it down by your 1/16, 1/16, then it goes to 1/8, and then a 1/4. So I love this because I suck at math. So again, this is an easy read ruler. So what I'm going to do is I need to create triangles at every other square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler to the first box, and I am going to use my scoring tool, and I just put that away. Let's just get my tool pick. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 5/8 because that's the half between the inch. So I'm just going to mark 5/8, and I'm going to do that on each and every other square. So I'm going to mark 5/8. I'm going to go to the next box. We skipped this because this is going to be our base. It's going to be the bottom of our ornament. So I'm going to take it over to this box, And again, I'm going to just do a little tick mark. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So 5/8 tick. So I'm putting the tick there because I'm going to use that as a guide to create my score lines. So 5/8 and one more on this side. 5/8. Okay, so now that I have my tick lines, this ruler's too big, so I'm going to use my smaller ruler. Oh, where's my smaller ruler at? Oh. Not sure where it's at, so I guess I'll use my big one. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a triangular line. So I'm going to connect from this corner down to that tick mark. So I'm just going to use my ruler and I'm going to create my score line. So you're going to do that basically with all the boxes. And I noticed this past weekend when I was showing the ladies how to put this ornament together, the score line originally was only showing on one side. So it depends on how good of an impression that you make. So you might want to go and do the other side. It won't matter. It's just easier when it goes time to manipulate the score lines when you go to put it together. So I was able to do it with just one side. All right, so now I've already done it all on this side, so I'm going to flip it over. I'll flip it over. And basically now do the other half. All right. My house is so quiet. My husband went into work today. The college kid is still sleeping because, you know, he's staying up late. The dogs are taking their morning nap. It's raining again. I'm just so over the rain. So if you catch me on replay, which you will because I'm using my I'm gonna upload this on YouTube. Please leave a comment. Okay, so I've scored all my lines here. And so now what we're going to do is go ahead and cut our template, our cardstock. So I'm going to set that off to the side. Get your scissor and let's start cutting. All right. So I always tell my ladies when they go to do, well, I've kind of like burned it into their head. Not literally, but is you want the skinny side to your right, and which is right here. You want the skinny side and then work from left to right. So what I'm going to do is on the base, I'm going to go ahead and cut all my score lines. So you're just going to cut to the next score line. So we're just cutting. I just want to get those out of the way, and you will do that with each, not with each. You're going to do that this side, and then you're going to flip, turn it over and do it on the other side. All right, flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to cut your score lines. So the reason why I say the skinny to the right, because it's easier when I go to tell the ladies, okay, on the top, you're going to do the hole punch. The bottom, make sure you're on the right side. So your skinny's on the right again. All right, so I guess I should have had y'all burnish your lines. So make sure you're going to burnish your lines. You're just working the straight lines. We're not going to worry about the triangular ones just yet. So I'm just going to quickly make sure that these lines they have a good burnish. Okay, so we need to cut some tabs off. So when you see my template, the hearts, is going to be your DSP, and then the X marks, you're going to cut those off. So that's what we need to do, is we're going to cut every other one. So again, skinny side is on your right, and we're going to go ahead and cut off using the, starting with the first one. Flip this over, and you're going to cut off that second one. And you're going to continue on basically every other one. You're going to cut off, flip over, and cut off. Okay, and then this little tab here, I need, and you're going to cut this little one off. Okay, and then you're going to flip it around. You're going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this piece off, flip over, cut, flip over, and cut. Oh, that wasn't a straight line. All right. Okay, so those are cut off. Let me make sure my skinny side's on the right side, and it looks pretty good with my template. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to get my my DSP. And so it's whatever DSP you're wanting to use. You're going to cut your DSP is going, you'll need 17 pieces at 1 by 1 inches. So if you have a 1-inch punch, that works out great. If not, you can use your cutting tool to cut out the 17 pieces. So what I'm using is this guide, and basically you are going to put DSP on every other box. So you're not putting it on the triangle where the little hearts are at, and you're going to go ahead and put your DSP along the bottom. So you will have a DSP one here and then one here. So if you'll look, there's the hearts are on the top and the bottom. So I'm gonna fast forward, and voila, I have one already started. I am going to, where's my DSP? So if you look, I have some hole punches here. I'm going to bring back out that other project, that other piece of cardstock that I was working with originally. I'm going to put this here because I forgot to put one here. All right, so I need to hole punch. Let me get this out of the way. I need to hole punch my top, and so you're going to use a 1/8 hole punch. And so what I did was I cut out a 1-inch square, or a square, and I'm going to use that as a template to punch out my the top part. So you're going to basically do that. Remember, your skinny side will be on your right side. Skinny side will be on the right. You're going to take your template, and this is so when you go to close it up, the dots will line up. So I'm just taking my template and creating a hole punch. So Stampin' Up! Does not carry hole punches anymore. You can find the 1/8 at your big box store, or in my case, Amazon. So, all right. So you have your hole punched. Okay. Let's go back to this piece now. So now it's time to assemble your box. So what I would suggest is that you flip it over. Okay. And then I know the skinny side's on the left, but there's the reason for it. So what you're going to do is take this and you're going to flip it over. Okay, you're going to put some glue on that little skinny strip. Okay, you're just going to put a little bit of glue along that edge. And so what we're going to do then is take your right side and you're going to flip it over, and it's going to line up to that strip. Okay, so give it a few seconds for that glue to settle into that cardstock. All right, so, okay, all right. Now we're going to work from the bottom. So your holes are going to be on the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to start creating our pieces. Actually, you know what? We need to make sure our triangles, the score lines are a little bit burnished. So what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the two pieces and you're going to bring that in. If that's too hard, then what I did was I just worked it this way. Is just bring in the two panels right here, and with it being scored, it should bring that piece in. Okay, so you just want to get a good burnish on those lines. I'm going to use my forefinger and just help guide that in to create that triangular. And you're basically going to do that on all of those triangular score lines, okay? Because this is going to help you when it's time to assemble. And you're going to do that on the opposite side. Make sure that those pieces, those lines, get a good indentation. So, all right, I'm comfortable with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is make sure your holes are on the bottom. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're not going to work with these two right now. We're going to work on these two. So you're basically going to glue those two pieces together. You're going to take the two, it's going to be side by side. So you're going to line that up. Okay, and make sure, oops. Takes a few seconds for that glue, that wonderful sticky glue. Okay, all right. Now, okay, I feel comfortable that that has adhered. So now I'm going to take the other side. I'm going to bring that over, and yeah. All right, so I'm going to put some glue here. It's a good amount. Bring that over, and you're probably going to have to force it, but that's okay. It's okay. All right. So there's that one. Okay, and then this one will be the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue here, and we'll bring that over. And because, you know, as we worked at those score lines on the triangle, it helped form that ornament. So I am going to flip this ornament over, and I'm going to use my scoring tool, or if you have a pencil, whatever you have on hand, just so that glue will adhere to that cardstock. So this is what the inside of the ornament will look like. And you could put money in there. You could put candy, you know, not too much, because I mean, it should hold, but the ladies from this weekend are like, closing this, and it's going on the tree, and I am not gifting it, so it's completely up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna leave mine empty, and you will need a piece of ribbon. Let me get some ribbon because I didn't pull any out. I am actually using right. So I am using ribbon from the Real Red Garden and Green combo pack that is in our holiday or mini catalog. So that's what I'm using. It's not going to take much. Let's go ahead and I had to open up a new package because I already used it on my other. So just going to get a good length on it. Cut that off. Set it to the side. Let's glue that, seal it. Okay, so here's my ribbon. I'm going to tie off the end with a knot. So tie that off. And then now we're going to string our top part of our ornament. So I'm going to start from the left side. You're going to work with basically how you did the bottom half of the ornament. You're basically going to do the same step by step with the top part. So I am going to go ahead and put the ribbon, feed that ribbon through that hole there. And so if you decide that you want to glue this shut, then you could put a little bit of glue here before you feed it through the second. I'm not going to add glue. Just, you know, I'm not going to add it. I'm going to feed that through the second hole. Let me get feed that. Whoops. Feed that through. And now we're going to feed the other two sides. So I know that this is going to be my top. So now I'm going to feed this this one here. Okay. And because I burnished those triangular lines, it's helping with closing it. So, and then you can put a little bit of glue on the top here. And now what we're going to do is bring this top piece over and feed through. All right. Again, if you wanted to seal it, you could put a little bit of glue here to seal it, but I'm just going to leave that like that. So there is your ornament. You can accent it with a tag, a gift tag, and then tie it off with some gold twine. So I hope this inspires you to create your Christmas ornament, holiday ornament. And if you decide to create one, please share on my Facebook page, Becca's Creations. I'd love to see your project. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Thank you. I'm gonna